What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Unscripted. We are live, of course, every Tuesday, every Thursday, and here we are Saturday nights, 8 p.m. prime time, baby, on Facebook, our Facebook channel, YouTube, on Northeast Streaming Sports, and also on Roku TV, which is on Zodiac. Hey, we've been doing this for a little while now. We're getting good, Frankie. We're getting good. We're going to have Big Shaw join us in just a little bit. Hopefully, he just had his show wrap up. Unfortunately, as you guys know, if you listened to our last show, both Jay and Melody will not be here for around a week or so. The two lovebirds of Unscripted have went on a vacation and are on a hiatus from live shows. But they're still in our group chat, still talking a bunch of crap about the Houston game. We're going to talk about in a little bit. But we certainly miss them, and we hope that they come back fully recharged and better than ever. Also, our jersey giveaway just ended. We appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares you guys have given us on that. The winner will be announced April 15th, I believe, is a Thursday. And it's going to be great, man. We got Big Shaw here finally. What's up, Shaw?
What's up?
Hey, not much, man. Of course, our analyst, of course, for tonight, the one and only Big Shaw, the most controversial man in all of sports media. We have the fresh face of Unscripted, Frankie the Yankee, Frankie C, representing Frankie C Sports. What's going on, bro?
What is going on, Yankee Nation? Let's go. Missing Mel, but we're glad that Jay is not here to ruin us.
Well, we have a face about as pretty as Jay and Mel. We have Mr. Tom Goslowski, our special guest tonight. Tom the Goz. What's going on, man?
I hope I'm as pretty as those two. What a compliment. What an intro. Yes. I appreciate you guys having me on this wonderful Saturday night.
Of course, Tom. It's our pleasure. And also be sure if you guys enjoy the content tonight, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We've been doing a lot of work here. We just passed over 1,200 Facebook likes. We're trying to get our YouTube blown up a little bit. That's a little bit harder, as we all know. But Facebook, we're doing great numbers, and we appreciate all the love and support as well. Well, let's get into our topics tonight, gentlemen. And Frankie, I'm going to let you start things off tonight. We're going to be going a little bit of college basketball heavy tonight. We're going to talk about Bill Self getting his lifetime contract with the Kansas Jayhawks. What are your thoughts on this, my man?
That's crazy. Good on his part because he's going to be getting paid. But the question is, does he deserve it? I don't know. Do you think so, Shaw?
Frankie, do he deserve it? You know who that is?
Do you think so?
That's Bill Self. That's
but
Bill.
Where is he right now? What's going on?
He the man, Jay. You're not Jay. You're like
I'm
Jay.
not putting him down. I'm glad he got it. He deserves it. Yes, he deserves it. But like, man, if you're gonna get a lifetime contract with Kansas, bro, we need you in the championship right now, not Baylor. You know?
Oh man.
I'm not saying nothing bad. Shaw. Don't take it out on me. Wait until Jay comes back. We could take it out on him.
Yeah, we can take it out on Jay.
No, he deserves it. Definitely, he's one of the greatest. You know, just like Roy Williams and Coach K. He deserves it, no doubt about it. But the thing is, what is it gonna look like coming in the future for this team? Is he going to be worth the money and get them more championships? We don't know. But congratulations on getting your lifetime contract. You're going to be getting paid until you're in the casket, my man. So congratulations.
We got a comment here from Mike Patton saying he's not a big Bill Self guy. He's got to think more. He's got to have more than one trophy to his name. He's got the same feeling for Coach Cal, though, UK. So
that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's a good coach in the regular season, but is he bringing March Madness championships trophies? How many do he got? How many he's going to bring? He got a lifetime contract now, so let's see.
Hopefully he'll get a few more. All right, Tom, what are your thoughts on Bill Self getting this lifetime lucrative deal?
Is Bill Self the Pope? Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know any other
I think
job,
so.
He is the Pope.
The
He is
Pope
the
of-
Pope.
Basketball.
right? The Pope of Lawrence, Kansas. I don't know a lot of jobs, like in any field, in any business, anything, that you just work until you're in. Like the Supreme Court Justice, the Pope, and now the Kansas basketball coach. I also want to know what that means for him. Like, is he going to be the teacher that gets tenure and just shows up like kind of hungover and like puts a movie in when he doesn't want to do anything during class?
Maybe.
That's what Bill Self may become that at that point. Does he deserve a lifetime contract? I don't know anybody in any business who deserves any type of lifetime contracts. So, look, is it basically just you're going to be our coach until you retire and you shouldn't go anywhere because the NBA keeps calling every single time there's an opening? That's really what it is for Kansas. But Kansas is in the same discussion as Duke, Carolina, UCLA, Louisville, Kentucky. Like these blue bloods of college basketball, those fans are different. Like I think Frankie was getting at this a little bit. If you're not winning national championships, Kansas is one of those schools that's like, you're not doing well enough. You're not getting to Final Fours. You're not doing well enough. So the lifetime contract, I think, can always move. It's not locked in like a Supreme Court justice or a Pope. They want to change it. Kansas can find a way to get out of it at some point. I believe that.
That ain't gonna happen in Kansas. That ain't gonna happen in Kansas. Not in Kansas.
We got a good comment here from our guy Mac Patton saying Self versus Cal for the ultimate lifetime contract in a cage match.
We need to get this
that.
set. We get this set up.
Put that on pay-per-view, and it's going to sell wonders for any network it's on.
We all know Shaw's got the contact, so let's get it locked down.
We're going to get it on. We're
going
to
get a hold of a pay-per-view provider, and we'll get this rocking.
Yeah, we're going to get that set.
We know you do.
All right, you got contacts for the MGM Stadium, so let's do it.
Yeah.
Shaw's going to get it packed out. All right, Shaw, what's your thoughts on Bill Self getting this big deal?
I love it. I love Bill Self. I know Kansas ain't did nothing in the last 2 years, but this year I'm gonna blame it on COVID-19. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blame everything on COVID-19. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's fair.
That's what I'm gonna do. Kansas, man, they played up and down this year, but Bill said that's my guy, and I'm glad they got a lifetime contract. He can show up and he can be sick. He can be the horriblest coach next season. He ain't going nowhere. They love him up in Kansas, but I will say this. If y'all never been to a game in Kansas, I think y'all need to go experience it. It's a very fun place to play, and Bill Self would die if he didn't get that other contract, that big contract in Kansas. He loved it. I love it, and Mike said he's a UK fan.
Mm-hmm.
UK was trash this year, absolute hot trash. You can throw Kentucky in the trash can. But they do need to come back though. Kentucky need to bounce back. Duke need to bounce back. They all need to bounce back. Kansas, Michigan State, they all need to bounce back. I was embarrassed this year because we didn't have no real blue bloods in there besides Kansas. Everybody else got sent home. Tar Heels got sent home. I was hurt. But I will say that I was happy to see Houston get sent home. I was excited. I was pumped up. We knew that
we're gonna get to that later.
We knew that
talk more about that in a minute.
Houston is hot trash. The whole state of Texas is nothing but hot trash. So thank you very much. And I love monster trucks too. I love Grave Digger. That's my favorite monster truck driver.
Also, we got our boy Ben Southern chiming in as always. How you doing, Ben? Mike Patton,
I love the comment by Mike Patton, how he said, "Thank you for providing great stuff other than watching Miley Cyrus." While he wrote that, I'm literally I'm looking and I'm watching. So it's funny because I wasn't even trying to pay attention to her. She's looking wild right now. Ugh.
Mike Patton also said that UK was trash this year, but they will be fine with the 2 grad transfers they got coming in and the recruits to add to that. UK is always going to have they're always going to have a good recruiting class.
Duke was trash this year, but we're not going to trash talk Coach K, and we're definitely not going to trash talk Coach K. But Duke was trash.
I am.
I know you are, Sean. I know you are.
I am.
I know you are. All right, let me give my 2 cents on this topic. Well, it's going to be a lot more than 2 cents if you're Bill Self. Getting paid for the rest of his lifetime. I don't know how many lifetime deals there are in any sport, honestly. Like Tom was saying, does anyone deserve one? I don't think so. Because, my God, I mean, yes, he's been great at Kansas. I'm just going to read you his win and loss record there, and you'll see why he got paid this much. 522 wins, 118 losses in his career there. So is he worth a lot of money? Yeah, of course. He's a great head coach. Is it a lifetime deal? I don't know. We'll see at the end of it whenever he does either end up, unfortunately passing away, or if he decides to retire. We'll have to see. But I do think he was worth a lot of money, and I guess this was Kansas's way of getting around paying him, a whole lot of money for, a couple of years. They're just like, look, we'll give you a little bit of money for the rest of your life. How about that? And Bill Self obviously was like, yeah, I'll take it. He will gladly take it. But yeah, like I said, Kansas, they got to do a little bit better next year. And like Charles was saying too, with Kentucky and North Carolina, all those guys, those are the big names that you think of when you hear college basketball, and they just didn't live up to it for whatever reason. Like Shaw said, whether it is COVID or whether it's something that's in the drinking water, you don't really ever know. But overall, I think the Bill Self lifetime contract, I mean, hey, glad for him. I know he's going to be paying for a lot of the coaches' dinners from here on out. Mm-hmm. And happy this man got paid, because he is definitely worth a lot of money. And is one of the most, like Tom was saying, one of the most sought-after head coaches, whether it's in NCAA or if it's in the NBA. So he's locked up with Kansas, and they're not letting him go for better or for worse, just like marriage. We'll see how it goes. All right,
since
gentlemen,
you got all that money and we're talking about him and we're promoting you, man, on Unscripted.
I know.
Do you mind sharing some of that money from your contract with us? Because that would be lovely.
Thank you, Bill. If you are listening to our show, we're live on a lot of platforms, so he might actually be tuning in right now. Hopefully so.
Do you think Coach Self is on Venmo? Because I'll share my Venmo if he wants to send it to the event.
Yeah. I'm sure. If not, he can create one pretty quick. I'm sure it's not going to be too much of an issue for him. Yeah, it's right.
It's right there, by the way, if you're looking for my Venmo. It's my name.
There you go. That's what we need to start doing, guys. Just forget the nicknames. Just put our Venmos or Cash Apps in the bottom and get some donations from the fans. Perfect. All right, let's move on to our next topic. Keeping it in college basketball, Porter Moser is now the new head basketball coach for Oklahoma with the Sooners. Frankie, what are your thoughts on this, man?
It's not a bad move. It's a good move in Oklahoma. Porter Moser is not a bad head coach. I think he'll do great things, and I'm hoping he can get them far into winning a championship. But let's not. It's too early. Let's at least wait until next season and see what he brings in the regular season before we can even say anything more. We all know it's based on players, but really it's how they're coached. So he's a good head coach. I'm hoping he can do good in Oklahoma, and I'm hoping the players can back him up by playing well for him. So great job, Oklahoma, and good luck to Porter Moser.
Yeah, no doubt. Tom, what are your thoughts on this?
Here's what I'll say. I actually like a lot of stuff what Frankie just said there. He's a good coach. He's done well in the tournament. The biggest question for him now at Oklahoma is this. We can all agree, I think he's a really good coach, but can he recruit? Because now that's the biggest difference. You look at some of the dudes that Loyola Chicago was putting out on the court. Did we all see Big Krautwig with the dirt stash? It kind of looked like a dude over at the CYA, like the old YMCA dude, like he didn't look like some other guys who were out there balling in the NCAA tournament. He looked like a regular rec center guy. You can't be putting those guys in the court in the Big 12. Like, you got to recruit. And I know that sounds like a very obvious statement, but when you're going after kids that are like the Illinois runoffs and the Big Tens not good enough, and you pick them up at Loyola Chicago and you can ball, that's great. Now you're with the big boys. Now you got to get those top 100, top 50, top 25 guys, and you got to figure out a way to do it. I know he can coach. The question is, can he get the talent into Oklahoma?
That is true. We'll definitely have to see how that can translate, but like you said, he did a great job for Loyola Chicago. Took them from a school that no one's ever heard of in their life to a team that was two different occasions really Cinderella teams in March Madness. So obviously the coaching wisdom is definitely there, and we'll have to see how he's going to do. Shaw, I don't know if you're froze or not, or if you're just really invested in something. Well, we'll have to see. It's not unscripted without some technical difficulties. If you are a big fan of the show, of course, we all know that either Shaw or Jay have to drop out at least once per show We need to get some betting lines on this for over and unders per show. We used to get around 3 for combined. So I'll take the over tonight. Usually Saturdays aren't the best nights for us in terms of internet for connectivity, whatever the reason is. But we got this, though. So I'll take over for right now until our 2 other analysts get back on and talk a little bit about Porter Moser. Man, I'm happy for him, first off. Let me just say I'm really happy for this guy. He got a big contract for a great school in the Big 12. Definitely happy to see him shine and get a good opportunity at least. If he can capitalize on it, great. But if not, then I think he will go down as one of those coaches that you are going to talk about in terms of, I don't know about, not the greatest of all time or anything, but definitely a kind of a slept-on coach, I think. Because like I said before, if you take a team like Loyola Chicago, who no one had really ever heard of or cared for until a few seasons ago, and then you get your name out there like Mr. Moser did, hey, all the props in the world to you, man. So I really like that he got a big deal. It does suck for all the Loyola Chicago fans out there, knowing that their head coach just up and left them, unfortunately. But he went to greener pastures, though, in Oklahoma. So, like I said, we'll have to see how he's going to do because the level of competition is rising and rising. It's not like March Madness anymore where you play, a few good teams. It's consistent the whole season now in the Big 12 with the Sooners. So hopefully he can step up to the challenge. We've seen guys from smaller schools get to these bigger schools, and sometimes they can turn into greats or they crack under pressure. We'll have to see what Mr. Moser's going to do. Like Frankie said earlier, it's a little too early to tell right now. He did just sign a couple of days ago. But as the seasons go on, we'll look back on this fine program. Hopefully we'll look and see that Porter Moser had a great career at Oklahoma, and who knows, this might not be his last stop. He still is pretty young, and he might end up into the NBA one day. We never know. We'll just see how he does at Oklahoma. All right, Sean.
Do we know what his contract looked like in Oklahoma right now?
I'm not sure at the moment.
He just better win. He just better win. That's all it is. You just better win.
Frankie, it looks like it's a 6-year deal. I don't see the money amount, but it is a 6-year deal.
Look, the contract don't matter in that place. You better win in Oklahoma, Texas, Oklahoma State. Man, you better win. That's all they want you to do is win and put people in them seats. You better win some games. They're gonna give him about 2 years. You see, Shaka Smart, he out the door. So what they he a better coach,
right?
So he better win some games. Or he's gonna be out there.
And if he don't do it in 2 years, would you say different?
He's gonna be gone. He's gonna be out of here.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
You got to win in that division.
Oh yeah, you can't be subpar. You got to be
in that division. If I was him, he should have stayed where he was for another few years. That's what I would have done. And you probably would have got you a whole better job. Not saying Oklahoma's a bad place. I'm just saying you probably would have got something like I didn't need a coach. I need a coach. That's what he should have said. I go to North Carolina. But see what they're gonna do, tell you what North Carolina gonna do. I heard from Big Shaw. North Carolina gonna hire somebody within the North Carolina family. And the first name came to mind was Michael Jordan. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just think if Michael Jordan was the coach, you know what'll happen.
Well, his GM run has not been. It's a little better now for the Hornets, but past couple of years it's been a roller coaster. We'll say
he's gonna be a coach. He's gonna go to North Carolina and coach.
I could see him coaching.
My man is in NASCAR now. Let's go.
That is true.
Yeah, he ain't NASCAR now. He don't know what no more. He ain't NASCAR now.
Bubba Wallace, baby. He's got Bubba Wallace driving for him.
That's a big Jordan. Sport, NASCAR. That's a big sport. We can talk about.
I love NASCAR, and I cannot wait for tomorrow's race.
That's what we'll do. We'll talk about some NASCAR on the show now, Frank. I didn't even know you were a NASCAR fan. Good, we'll throw that onto the show at a later date. How about that, buddy? We got you covered. All right, let's move on to some NBA news, a little bit off the court action. I'm not going to show the direct messages because we would get kicked off of every network that we're on. If you're interested, please go Google them yourself, and you can see what all was said. But Kevin Durant got fined $50,000 for his DM sent to actor, I guess you could call him Michael Rappaport. So Frankie, you were fired up about this topic, so go ahead and start things off. Always remember, keep it PG, of course.
I will keep it as PG as possible.
There you go.
Nah, I got you. Kevin Durant, man, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And this is what happens when you have so much money, right? And
Mhm.
you're top in the NBA league, and they're looking at you as one of the greatest of all time, next to LeBron James, and they want to compare you and stuff. And now you want to go ahead and pull a dumb stunt like this, and get involved with a celebrity who is basically, how should I say it, building your momentum and your hype up to get you pissed, and he got him calling you some crazy names, which, by the way, like Logan said, we cannot say or share. So if you want to watch and see what he said, you gotta Google it. But
Mm.
it's crazy what KD said. You guys, everybody right around the world, they all, and so people like us until now, we're thinking KD is one of the greatest and nicest players and people out and inside the NBA. And for him to do something like that, it's just ridiculous. I'm surprised that he only got fined $50,000. I would have gave him like at least a little bit more, and at least a game or a game or two suspension. He is coming back in the next game. I saw earlier with Steve Nash, he did say he's returning in the next game, but it's ridiculous. You're a two-time NBA champ, two-time MVP, and you're up there in the top league in the NBA, right? You're on your own level, getting compared with LeBron James. Come on. And then you're going to pull something like this. It's ridiculous. It pisses me off. And it just goes to show that people with money and people that are on top always try and do this and try and get away with it. On top of it, he wants to go and apologize at the end. Bro, an apology is not going to solve this. It's not going to make it okay, and it's not going to make it go away. Kevin Durant, if you're watching, I am pissed off at you. I loved you. I'm glad that you came to Brooklyn, because Brooklyn Nets is my second team. But now, after what you just did, it's ridiculous. And I don't like you no more. I mean, you're a
Mm.
great player, but I don't like you as a person. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous.
Every time Frankie C he sees a Kevin Durant jersey on the streets of New York,
He's gonna burn.
he will just
I'm
spit
gonna
at it
burn it
or
right
scoff
off the
at it.
person's back.
There
Right
you
off
go.
the back. You could have the front part,
Yeah,
with the
the
Brooklyn
Nets.
and his number, but
Yeah.
I'm burning that back
Off the
part
back.
with where up to Durant.
There you go. All right, guys. What's your thoughts on this expletive-ridden tirade that Mr. KD the Snake Durant went on?
I just can't shake the word why in this whole topic of like, let's start with Michael Rappaport, right? The guy who says, why are you sending Kevin Durant messages? And you know what? Not even Durant. Like, the answer probably is clout to get attention. So, like Frankie said, you got that because Durant responded to you. But what guy? Like, just talking man to man says, you know what I want to do to sound like a tough guy? I'm going to roll in another dude's DMs and talk smack to him. Like, that's just not a very manly thing. Like, if you got a beef with somebody or a problem with somebody, you talk to him man to man, or you settle it, you fight about it. Like, that's just how my buddies grew up doing it. Like, I would sound like a tough guy if I go in someone's DMs and start talking smack to him.
Right.
And then Kevin Durant says, all right, I know what the mature right thing to do is. I'll talk back to him. You don't have – I think Kevin Durant honestly just needs more hobbies besides basketball. Like, some people, and we know who they are, you got to lay off Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. You don't have to post everything in life. Go play 2K. Go, I don't know, go bowling. Go gardening. Go literally do anything else but sit on your DMs all day. You go hoop. No, you know what? You already are doing that well. Just find something else to do besides sit on social media all day. I'm sure you guys might have heard the reports of like Durant used to have like catfish accounts where he'd like argue with people. Like, dude, do anything else. So look, why is Rappaport doing that as a man? That's ridiculous. Why is Durant responding to him? So look, they're both wrong completely. The moral of the story is Rappaport got the clout he wanted. He needs to actually do other things like movies he used to be in. And Durant needs more hobbies besides basketball to keep him busy.
We got some comments here. Josh Bailey saying there's no rules in trash talking. The one and only Jay McLovin, aka Jason McMinn, our old buddy who we haven't seen in quite a long time, like a few days ago, saying social media is not good for athletes.
I'm glad Jay's watching. Hey Jay, how's
Jay.
Houston doing, man? Houston, we got a problem.
Hey, that's our next topic. So we're gonna be talking about them in just a second, Frankie. So just hold off a little bit longer. I know you're chomping at the bits to talk about that game, but Shaw.
On this subject, with Kevin Durant, I apologize. I don't want to put it all on him. I also want to put some on Mike as well. You know, he's intagging or however you say. I apologize. He's stirring it up, right? And then he's taking pictures of just what Kevin Durant is saying, bro. Where's the parts you're saying for him to reply back on what he's saying, right?
Right.
It's a little bit crazy on both sides. I agree with Tom. I'm just like him, bro. Like what we did back in the day. Let him talk what he's got to talk. And when you see the guy in the streets and, you know, no media is around and stuff like that, do what you got to do. One punch isn't going to hurt anybody, especially off, you know, media property and everything like that. So I'm going to put both blames on both sides.
We'll get them in a cage match. How about that? We'll have a double cage match main event with Coach K and Coach Self, and then the main event will be Durant and Rappaport. That'll be a great card.
Than Shane and Braun.
We'll put that at WrestleMania. All right, Shaw. What do you think about this whole fiasco?
I mean, I really don't really too much care about it. I mean, I want to hear what our boy said to Kevin Durant though, for him to say that.
Shaw, I will just say there's going to be a lot of stars next to some letters. And,
I'll look it up for you.
Yeah,
I'll take some screenshots and I'll privately message you.
I believe he said something to piss Durant off, and Durant said, "Forget this. I got something for him." And I don't think, you know, maybe Durant went too far. Who knows? But you know, it's just, but there's no rules in trash talking. We know that. There's no rule. All the gloves is all. But if they got beef, get in the ring. WWE, they'll put on a Hell in a Cell match, and they talk about it without.
There you go.
He will push this match in a quick second. He will put this in a main event.
Yeah. Let's do it. Put him in the main event. We need to call Vince McMahon tomorrow and tell him we got a new match for him for WrestleMania.
Sure, I know you got his contact somewhere in your phone. I'm sure it's buried somewhere.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to his house tonight.
Oh, you going to connect it?
Out.
Shaw's taking the private jet up there. I like it.
Yeah. I am a prophet. Yeah, that's right. Call me Prophet Shaw from now on.
There we go.
To his house. We're gonna have a meeting.
There we go.
I might get my monster truck and just drive it over there with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we'll have a beer bath over there in Connecticut. You know he's staying in Connecticut.
That I would pay to see. If you want to see all that great content, we're gonna have a new show, Unscripted After Dark. How about that? We'll make something new, and we can. We'll talk about the messages, no rules, nothing like that.
I love it. I love it.
Logan.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There we go. We'll pitch it somewhere. All right, let me give my thoughts on this. Just to keep it brief, these are grown men, and what they did was the equivalent of a junior in high school. Let's be real. They were talking trash for, honestly, I don't know what started. I think it was Durant didn't want to talk to the media, and Rappaport was basically trying to urge him to get this, hey, at least anything. And he said some things, but end of the day, both these guys are in the wrong. Rappaport for starting something that's not even necessary. Durant for responding the way he did. I think Durant actually did try to get an actual physical fight with Rappaport. He said meet him at some street corner. And Rappaport, in the smartest move he made of that exchange, brushed it off and did not acknowledge it. But, I mean, this is it was crazy. And to go back on what you said, Frankie, about how you said you should have been fined more, I was actually thinking that too, but then I learned that the CBA agreement, that's the max you can fine somebody at the given time is $50,000, which for Durant, that's like a $10 bill to the rest of us. That's not nothing. So, I mean, that's not going to harm Durant, and he's going to make that back in a week. But overall, I mean, it's just a real petty situation. Like Tom said, that Durant did, I believe, get caught for having those burner accounts on Twitter a few years ago. People already still really don't. He was just kind of starting to get his reputation back. Also, let's not forget that, because after the whole him going to Golden State, he lost a lot of credibility with a lot of fans for going to a team that beat him in the playoffs the year before, went to go join him, got some rings, and everyone was thinking it was a snake. And he's like, now he went to Brooklyn. He was building his reputation back up. Nothing bad happened for a while. He was in good waters, and then this broke out, and now everyone is saying that he's just soft. And like Jay said earlier, just get him off of social media. Like Tom said, let him pick up gardening, or like Shaw said, get him in a wrestling match. Anything like that, and he would be fine. We have a comment here from Brian Williams saying he's not a KD fan. Super dope, but he's not a fan. He may become one now, because when two men have a disagreement, no matter what happens, it should stay between them. #adult arcade. Yeah, I mean, there was no need for this to get blown up on social media, honestly. There was no need for Rapport to post that on his channels, and this should have been, like, squashed between the two of them. This didn't need to be... I mean, both of them have apologized for it, so there you go.
Let's be real, though. Rappaport wasn't in the wrong. We all know he said that he got invited by KD when he was playing with Golden State, and he didn't have really good seats. He wanted some type of seats where the wood was gonna give him splinters. Like, so that's basically saying he wants to sit behind the bench. And he didn't have, bad seats. He's like 6 rows behind the bench. That's not good. I mean, that's not bad.
No.
I think that's good. And then he goes after the game and he confronts Durant about it. He's like, "Listen, bro, this is like, you invited me. I should be closer. This is like 20 rows up." And I'm like, "Bro, you're fine where you're at. 6 rows. It's ridiculous, your man's that you went with is like, let's go, we're going home, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna confront Durant and I want to see what's going on." Then he has the nerve to be like, I wasted my Uber money on coming here just to have horrible seats. And I think I got receipts for it. This is what he said. He's like, "I got receipts. You should pay me back for it at least." Bro, what? You want KD to pay you back for Ubering to the stadium? No.
How you Uber?
No.
How you Uber and you rich?
Right.
Exactly, right?
Well, I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, they lazy. They don't even drive their own car. But I ain't gonna lie though. If I was a celebrity, I ain't gonna lie, and I invite y'all to a show or something like that, I ain't gonna lie. If I was a rapper, and y'all my boy, I'll put y'all backstage. I ain't gonna lie. I'll hook y'all up. I ain't gonna lie. KD did right, put his ass right there where he was at. I'm sorry, put where he's at.
6 rows behind the bench isn't bad. You're right there still. Like, I don't know what's going on. He what was funny was he told Durant, you should at least give me your shoes. Let me have your shoes. But what are you gonna do with KD's shoes?
He's asking for anything at this point. Jeez. Yeah, so if you want to look at the actual direct messages, they're all over the place. Just look at them on a private browser potentially, and you can see what all was said. It was pretty raunchy and pretty rough, but definitely interesting to read. I will say that. But let's get back on the hardwood, fellas. Let's talk about March Madness, the predictions. Let's say about the scores from earlier today with Houston and Baylor. Of course, let me throw this up here since Jay is not here. He commented, "Houston made me sad." So, Frankie, start things off. First off, give me your thoughts on Houston and Baylor, and then also give me your predictions for the other matchup tonight between UCLA and Gonzaga.
My predictions was true. I said it, and I'm pretty sure he wrote it down. I told him to. I said, "Write it down, Jay. Houston is going to lose to Baylor." He laughed at me because Houston knocked out Syracuse Orange. Which was okay with me because look at you now, Jay. You're sad. You're crying. And you're on vacation. It's just the start to your vacation. You got a whole week to cry, brother. And it's just great. It's great. I love it. Just because you get so hyped, you're like, we're one game away from the championship, and then you just lose. You just lose. It sucks. I'm happy, and that's why I said, Jay, Houston's got a problem. The Texas State, besides Texas Longhorn, I like the Longhorn, but other than them, every other Texas team is horrible. You got the Houston Texans, Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers, like they're all horrible. So we didn't expect nothing more. Definitely with them losing by 20 points. The next game, UCLA versus Gonzaga, is just about to start. I've got this game going on in front of me right now. Cinderella story. I said it on my podcast yesterday. UCLA is the Cinderella team right now, sitting at the 11th seed or 11th rank, going up against the number one seed, who, by the way, is the best team in the NCAA by winning each of every round by 20 or more. Now, I'm sorry to make you cry, Jay, but it had to be done. It's just me, though. This is the start. Wait until Shaw comes up. But I said yesterday on my show, UCLA defeated Michigan, which was a shocker. They were ranked 1 last week as well. And then now they're going up against Gonzaga. If they could beat Gonzaga tonight somehow and surprisingly do it, I'm going to go with UCLA to win it. Literally. I mean, you take out 2 of the number 1 seed teams to go on and play in the championship round against Baylor, who is also a number 1 seed team. That would be amazing for UCLA to win 3 consecutive games against number 1 seeds to win the championship. That would be great.
Yeah, that might
But
happen.
I'm going with Gonzaga tonight. No doubt about it. We all picked Gonzaga to win this before the March Madness bracket happened. Oh, which, by the way, I'm still undefeated, baby.
No, you ain't. Frankie's bracket is a day-by-day deal. It's not a set in stone. His changes, his card is subject to change. All right, Mr. Goslowski, what do you think about March Madness? Give me your thoughts on the previous game as well as the one that's coming up.
I want to see Frankie's perfect bracket. That's what I'd rather see than bring.
Oh, he got a few of them laying around somewhere.
60 for 60. Frankie's got $1 billion on the line for every tournament. This man is a genius. And Frankie, you know what? I believe it. This is my first time on the podcast. I believe he has a perfect bracket because no one else has seen it. So I have faith in you. I think Gonzaga is going to roll. Baylor smashed Houston. Hopefully 2 blowouts tonight will lead to an awesome championship game. And let's remember, Baylor and Gonzaga, either way, have been 1-2. Gonzaga's coast to coast been the number 1 team in the country. If they do this, it's history. No one's ever been undefeated in a 64-team tournament won the championship or 68-team tournament. So I think Gonzaga is going to roll. And one other thing to Frankie, by the way. I heard some Syracuse trash talk going on there. Let me remind you, I am taping this in Syracuse. I'm at my in-laws' house right now in the basement. So if you say Syracuse sucks too loud, people will hear you in Syracuse. So just be careful with the orange broadcasting from right now.
Yeah, we love it. Jay's the one who's trash talking Syracuse because Houston beat Syracuse.
Jay?
Me and Shaw was going up against him.
Yeah, Jay just don't watch college basketball.
See, that's why I got love for Sean. I got love for you. Whoever this Jay guy is. Jay, Goss has called you out. Yeah, there you are. All right, I'm ready.
I'll put him there.
Away, baby.
Oh, perfect. All right, let me give my thoughts on this one. So we were all talking about this in our group chat about the annihilation. Oh, actually, my bad, Shaw. Let me go ahead. I skipped you, buddy. Go ahead, Shaw. Give me your thoughts on this.
Well, I am heartbroken in Syracuse. They lost. I'm hurt. I'm a big Syracuse Gardner fan. I love Syracuse. I don't know what happened to us, man. I really don't know. Buddy Bayheim, that's my dog. That's my boy down, man. He put on the show. But we all picked Gonzaga to win. But I will say this though, Baylor, if they played the way they played today, they can hang with Gonzaga. If they played the way they played today, I mean, they got off to a slow start. I told a few of my kids in Texas, I said, listen, y'all don't watch basketball to say Baylor gonna lose this game. I say Baylor, they got a lot of gems and a lot of stars. I say, and a good bench. Houston just got good players. That's all. They best player left the team. And some people don't even know that, like Jay. Jay don't even know that. Now, Baylor, them boys is physical and they nasty. Houston physical too, but I don't know if Houston was there today. If Baylor played the way they did today, they can have it Gonzaga. But I'm gonna say this: them big white boys in Gonzaga, they dangerous and they can play some basketball. And that light skinned brother too. I don't know if he black white, but whatever he is, he can ball. I'm not racist, people. I'm just saying them big white boys in Gonzaga can play some ball.
That's what I said. I said it. I said if UCLA, if they could defeat Gonzaga tonight, they can win it. They can literally win it.
UCLA don't even got a chance tonight. Gonzaga gonna put them boys to bed, and they're gonna put them to bed tonight. Because if you don't put UCLA away, they're gonna beat you. And Gonzaga knows that. If you don't put UCLA away, they will whoop you. So put them to bed early, Gonzaga. Put them to bed early. That's all I'm gonna say about it. And Houston sucked. Jay, I'm sorry. Houston was trash from the start. When you don't watch college basketball and you just say, oh, Houston gonna win, but why they gonna win? They made it to the Final Four. Everybody made it to the Final Four. Syracuse made it to the Final Four. Everybody made it to the Final Four. But it's gonna be bad tonight. So turn y'all TVs off. Because they're gonna go out, they're gonna snap tonight. They're gonna play Baylor, and it's gonna be a good game. When they play Monday, Monday, it's gonna be a good game. Don't even watch wrestling Monday. Watch basketball.
There you go.
That's why Jay says H-Town, but nobody knows that H-Town stands for horrible town. Texas is horrible. Texas is a horrible state for sports. Besides the Longhorns, honestly.
I got one more thing. We're gonna do this subject. That young lady in Yukon, I want to butcher her last name. She was the first freshman to win the national award. I want to say, let's say, young lady in Yukon. She played real good. I don't know if y'all watch women's basketball, but them my girls in Yukon. And if she listened,
they had a horrible game yesterday.
Come on my show, or come on Unscripted, or come or join the monster truck guy, whatever you want. We got come on the show. Y'all broke my heart last night.
Yeah. Shaw literally is the only person that has a podcast that literally represents women's sports, and that's why I love Big Shaw. He's my man.
I love women's sports. I love him. They just gotta get the monster truck driving now.
There you go.
That's all they gotta
get. We gotta get his wife. Yeah, she's gotta get him. She gotta get in the truck.
There you go. Yeah, Scott Jordan, a former guest of the show. Go check out his show. He came on with us a few weeks ago. Awesome time. His wife, as well, big fan of the show, I've heard. So hopefully she can get in there and drive some too. But all right, my thoughts on this March Madness. So like I said, I'm not gonna harp too much on the Houston and Baylor game. That one was over when tip-off occurred. That game was finished. It was done. Houston couldn't do nothing. Baylor was just too dominant. That's all it was. There's no need to dive into stats. There's no need for any of that. Just Baylor was the better team, far and none. That's it. Now for tonight, Gonzaga and UCLA, I hope this one's a good game. I hope this one's close. I hope that UCLA at least keeps it I don't know if there is going to be, a last-minute shot. That's always what we hope for in the sports world. But as long as UCLA can stick around until late in the second half, they could pull it out, guys. Let's not forget they have been a great story so far. But I don't know, man. This Gonzaga team, it just seems like it's head and shoulders above every team. It's men against boys, it feels like at this point. Remember back a couple of years ago when people were saying that, couldn't a Duke beat an NBA team, or couldn't Kentucky beat an NBA team? At least those talks have cooled off a little bit. But that's kind of like how it feels with this Gonzaga team. Like you said, like Shaw said, the big white boys with the great hair, they're doing great over there. And man, I think, like I said, I picked Gonzaga to go all the way, and I don't see that changing. But I would say, though, don't sleep on UCLA, though. They've had a great run up to this point. But unfortunately, I think that their time is out, and they had a great run, Final Four, as an 11 seed as well. So that's absolutely tremendous for that program, for all the guys playing on that team, their coach as well. But I think Gonzaga is going to pull off the win, and then we're going to get a great matchup on Monday with Gonzaga and Baylor. And like I said, I got to stick my boys in Gonzaga. They're going to win it all. Perfect season. Hoping it's going to happen. Making that history.
They better not let UCLA get
don't
hot.
Stick around. No, don't let them get hot either.
Let UCLA get hot.
Ain't no way you
let them get hot. You let them get hot. That's it for you.
Mm-hmm. All right, gentlemen, let's get our NFL mock draft going for the top 5 picks. Just keep it going here. Frankie, what's your mock draft for these top 5 teams here? We got the Jaguars at 1, the Jets 2, the San Francisco 49ers, then the Atlanta Falcons, and finally the Cincinnati Bengals at 5. Frankie, what's your picks for these?
Can you let somebody else go first? I gotta look it up, but I just found my phone.
Right,
I have my notes written down. I gotta get it real quick.
No problem. All right, Tom. What are your thoughts? What's your mock draft looking like over there?
I would say Trevor Lawrence, Clemson quarterback, probably the most locked-in number 1 pick in a long time. He's still going to go 1. Mm-hmm. The stuff with the Jets is super interesting. I must be in the minority at this point because I don't know, just because if they're bad, they got to dump Darnold all of a sudden. But I think that ship has sailed. It's true they're not going to keep Darnold, but he hasn't been traded yet, which makes it even more bizarre. Yeah. If the Jets, and we're doing this off of this, if the Jets are still in that 2 spot, I would take Justin Fields at Ohio State over Zach Wilson. Mm-hmm. And then I think we know the Niners want a quarterback, so the Niners are going to take either one, Wilson or Fields. So I'd go 3 quarterbacks off the top. The Falcons got Matt Ryan. They don't have to rep for the future yet. Maybe they get a big offensive lineman. There's a big kid from Oregon. I think he's the best lineman named Penei Sewell. And then I think it's between Devontae Smith or Chase from LSU, 2 really good wide receivers. Now that A.J. Green's gone from Cincinnati, I think they might take Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow's favorite receiver, at 5 over Devontae Smith. So that would be my top 5. The Jets one is so difficult, though. I'm struggling still what in the world they're doing at number 2.
Yeah, the Jets are definitely the most interesting team going into this draft, I think. I know the Jaguars have a bunch of picks, but to me, the Jets is really the big what if, because that's going to shake up the whole board depending on who they take. So I'm ready to see who that is. All right, Frankie, you got your stuff pulled up now, buddy?
Yep.
All right, Frankie, what's your mock draft looking like so far?
So no doubt about it, Jacksonville Jaguars, number 1 overall pick. They're gonna pick Trevor Lawrence, no doubt about it. Number 2, the New York Jets, and I've been saying this for a while since I've seen the guys pro day. And you guys might think I'm crazy, and other people might think it as well. Sam Darnold is a good quarterback, but he needs help, and I believe that the Jets will pick up Zach Wilson with the 2nd pick in the draft and go quarterback just to back up Sam Darnold, and just in case he has a hiccup start to the season, they can go ahead and put him in because he's not a bad quarterback. He had a good pro day, so I could see him going to the Jets. With that being said, San Fran, I believe that they're going to go ahead and I'm going to say a shocker move and pick up Mac Jones. I wanted to say it different name, but I think San Fran's going to go ahead and pick up Mac Jones.
Oh man,
that's why I see San Fran, getting a quarterback as well. We know that they're saying they're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo, but we know for a fact that they're going to get that quarterback and they're going to start shipping Garoppolo around probably during the 2nd round of the draft just to get more picks or more players. With the Falcons, they're definitely going to go Justin Fields. I see Justin Fields going to Atlanta. I don't see Matt Ryan staying with Atlanta any longer than this season alone. So get Justin Fields, learn under Matt Ryan, and go do the thing. Cincinnati, since they already got Joe Burrow, I see Cincinnati going ahead and picking up our 2020 Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama, their wide receiver, just because they need some weapons over there in Cincinnati. He got some fresh young legs, and to have Joe Burrow throw at him, it'll be a great matchup, quarterback wide receiver wise, and that's going to be my top 5 mock draft.
Frankie with the surprises. I like it though, bringing it tonight.
You like Jay.
Someone's got to fill in for him, Shaw. Someone's got to fill
I'm
those
better.
shoes
I'm
out.
better. We all know Jay would have been like, "Oh, St. Fran's probably gonna trade back, or Atlanta's gonna trade with Detroit."
All right, Shaw. What's your mock draft looking like so far, buddy?
Well, I'm gonna start with the Bengals first.
Okay, go backwards.
Let me see something right quick. Okay. Let me get some water right quick.
That's how you know something big's coming.
He says water, but that's a full bottle of some
That's some
vodka.
good water too. That's that 40. That's the good water. Look,
he's got Fiji water.
The Bengals. If I was the Bengals, I'd be very smart. You got to protect your quarterback first. You got to protect your quarterback. And I'm telling you, if you don't get that man on him or off the line, he ain't gonna have a good career at all. He gonna bust some more ACLs, MCLs, PCLs. They getting an offensive lineman. I'm trying to think of that man's name. I can't say his name to save my life. But
for what team?
the
Who you think is gonna pick him?
Are you talking about Penei Sewell?
Yeah, he's going to the bank.
From Oregon.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's going to the bank. But you got to protect your quarterback. If you don't protect your quarterback like Joe Burrow, the man is not going to have a long career. His career won't make it to 10 years. Atlanta. I thought about it. I said, what about if Atlanta trade down and maybe get Najee Harris because Todd Gurley, he's not the answer, obviously. But I thought about it real quick. I said they might get Justin Fields. Justin Fields sit behind one of the greatest quarterbacks, Matt Ryan. He's a great quarterback to learn behind. Matt Ryan. Sit back for a year, learn the game, learn the fundamentals. You'll be fine. Don't rush it. Get Justin Fields. I'm tired of people saying he don't got a good work ethic. That man has a very great work ethic. The 49ers, they're going to get a quarterback. They're going to get a quarterback. We know who they're going to get. I'm going to tell you who they're going to get. They're going to get Zach Taylor from BYU. That's who they're going to get. Because the dude is good. You need a good rookie quarterback. Get that man right there. We know y'all don't want Garoppolo anymore. He's gone. He's finished. Y'all sold it. Y'all didn't want him because what y'all did. And the New York. I'm on the Jacksonville Jaguars now. I'm on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We know.
No. You're on the Jets. You're on the Jets.
Oh, the Jets.
You're on the Jets.
Let me tell you about the Jets. They're going to trade Sam Darnold. They're going to get rid of Sam Darnold. I got a feeling they're going to get rid of Sam Darnold. And this is the guy I think is going to go to the Jets. This is the guy I think is going to go to the Jets. I don't want to be too long, but listen. It may be crazy. But I think the Jets. No, wait, hold on. I want to back it up a little bit. I know my time is up. I want to say this.
Come on.
I'm gonna bring it, Frankie. That's for Frankie and everybody that's listening.
There you go.
The Jets is going to show everybody we not sorry. We not funky. Our franchise is fine. We're going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to keep Sam Darnold. All right. And we're going to build around him. What they're going to do is they're going to go get my boy out of Alabama. They're going to get Devontae Smith. Start around Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is not that bad of a quarterback. I sat back the last few days. Actually, you know what? The guy, he only saw ghosts. That's all. He only saw ghosts. So give this man an opportunity like y'all did with like Tua in Miami. They gave Tua the ultimate respect. We're going to build around you. We're going to see what you're made out of. So same thing with the Jets. Build around Sam Darnold. Get that man some help. And I'm telling you, will be the help. I'm telling you. With with Jacksonville. But if I'm wrong with the Jets, I take my L. I eat my humble pie. But with Jacksonville, we know who they're going to get. It's locked in. It's stamped. It's sealed. They're going to get Trevor Lawrence. But I'm going to tell y'all this much. From Big Chopper, he going to be y'all bust in NFL. I'm telling y'all right now, every draft class got a bust. It's always that player that everybody talk about. Everybody pump up. We pumped up Jamarcus Russell. We put up all these guys, and he took that money and went back to Mobile, Alabama. So it's going to be y'all right there.
Come on, Shaw. We're running out of time. Logan's got to go.
We'll see.
I'm sorry.
We'll go. Hey, we good. We good, Frankie. Trust me. I work good under pressure, bud. Let's go. All right, number one, I ain't got to talk much longer. Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. Like, baseball, America's pastime, yin to yang. This has been linked ever since before he even declared for the NFL draft. So he's going number one. Number two, I'm going to go with a little bit of shocker. I'm going to go Justin Fields at 2 instead of Zach Wilson.
Ooh.
I'm going to go a little shocker there. Zach Wilson's going to go number 3, though. To the 49ers, I think. To 4, I'm going to pick someone that you guys haven't even mentioned yet. I don't think the Falcons are going to get a quarterback on the board. They're going to get with a tight end. They're going out to Florida. They're getting Kyle Pitts. One of the most dynamic receivers, tight ends coming into this draft, can do it all, has the height, has the catching ability, helped Kyle Trask had them amazing last year at Florida. So I got Kyle Pitts going to Atlanta. In the number 5, I'm going to keep it safe with Shaw. They got to have a quarterback to have any kind of future, and you can't protect your quarterback by drafting a really good wide receiver. You got to have an offensive line, and that's the reason Joe Burrow broke his leg last year, or his ACL, MCL, whatever it was, just because his offensive line sucked. So they're getting Penei Sewell at the number 5 pick. So that's my mock draft going on. A little bit of a shock with Justin Fields going 2, but I do think that both Fields as well as Wilson are both really good quarterbacks. But I just think Fields has the slight edge in terms of just the games he's played, whether it's in the college football playoffs or whether it's just against better teams while he's at Ohio State. That's why I give him the slight edge. But all right, gentlemen, let's wrap things up. Tom, do you have anything that you would like to promote, good sir? And we'll get you out of here in just a second.
Grab that merch, GozillaMedia.com. Follow me on Twitter at TomGoz, TOMGOZZ. My Venmo, TOMGOZZ. Godzilla Media. Make sure getting there with Goz. Download it, Apple, Spotify, YouTube as well. Leave a review. Love all that stuff. Appreciate you guys having me on this Saturday night.
It was a pleasure, man. Frankie, you got something cooking up next Sunday, bro. Let them know what you got going on real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday, April 11th, 2021, starting time at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I know it says 7 there, but that's for me, Shaw, and Jay. We're going on at 7, but we will be hitting that live button at 7:30. WrestleMania 37 Night 2 commentary team by yours truly, Frankie C, my boy Big Shaw, and my other brother from another mother, Jay McLovin. It's going to be a great show, guys. We're going to have one of the greatest matches, triple threat. Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. You don't want to miss it. We got Randy Orton versus The Fiend. Many more matches. And I cannot wait. I know Shaw can't wait. Jay can't wait. And Logan, my man, I know you can't wait. We're going to have many special guests. So if anybody want to stop by, come on over to Frankie C Sports, and we'll get you in next Sunday, guys. We're 1 week away.
Tune in, guys. Well, hey, also, if you've enjoyed our program tonight, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are live on Facebook at Unscripted, on YouTube under Northeast Streaming Sports, live on Zodiac TV as well. For all analysts tonight, Big Shaw, Frankie C, and special guest Tom the Goslowski, thank you guys so much for coming on and bringing that amazing sports content as always. I've been your host, producer, and dapper-looking gentleman tonight, Logan Landers. And just to let you guys know, we are brought to you by Northeast Streaming Sports, BS3 Radio with Spreaker. And tune in on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Unscripted. We'll see you then.
And UCLA.
Quick second.
You're listening to Unscripted on Northeast Streaming.